What's up, guys? Sega Man back here just with another quick video. Now, I've been watching some podcasters talk about the new PlayStation and their opinions about the new PlayStation, the games, and different things like that. And these new next gen consoles that are coming up. But I wanted to point out something to you guys. I did a video, a couple videos a while back. And remember, I told you this, and I'm right on this. A lot of these podcasts that I'm listening to are bringing up what? The 30 frames per second on these next-gen consoles. That's still going to happen. You're not going to, every game that you get on the Series X and your new PS5 are not going to be 60 frames per second. They're not. You know what I mean? It's up to the developers, okay? And if you say, well, I'm not going to buy the next gen console because not all the games are not going to be 60 frames per second, yeah, that's just asinine. You're still going to get a beautiful, awesome game. There's new technology built into these systems, man, it's going to make them 10 times better than what we have right now. You know what I mean? That goes for both systems. Now, I am a diehard Xbox fan, and Series X is day one for me. But you have some people on the PlayStation side, I believe they're true PlayStation gamers, that are complaining that they want a lot of their games to be 60 frames per second. They're not going to be. You're going to get a lot of games that are going to be 30 frames per second. I'm not saying they're not getting any, but it's up to the developer. And from what I'm hearing and seeing, you're not going to get, every game's not going to be 60 frames per second, guys. It is what it is. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go out and buy your PlayStation. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. If you're highly invested in the ecosystem of Sony's PlayStation, you might not want to get one day one, but you should own one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not upset if the Series X doesn't, if all their games are not 4K 60 frames per second. I am not upset about that. My brand is Xbox. I invested highly in their ecosystem, and I'm very happy and excited for what they're doing for back compat for the Series X, and I can't wait to try all that out with the new games like Halo Infinite, and the other games they got coming out for it. I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? And you guys should just appreciate, what these companies are bringing out. You know what I mean? They can only do what they can do. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be mad because your game is not going to be 60 frames per second. You know what I mean? Still support your brand and support the developers. You know what I mean? Because they're bringing us these really next-gen awesome games. And it shouldn't matter that it's not 60 frames per second. You know what I mean? So let's say, for instance, a new PlayStation 5 game comes out that you really like. You're not going to buy it because it's not 60 frames per second? I don't understand that. If you're a true gamer, okay, and you're proud of your brand, of who you like, you should support that company. Buy the game and play and enjoy what's coming next gen, because we're going to see a lot that we haven't seen with these last gen consoles. Graphically, in it, and technology wise. So you should be excited for that. You know what I mean? So like I said in the video before, some people said, I heard in podcasts that they're not gonna, they won't invest in a new next gen system if most of the games are not 60 frames per second. But sorry to rain on your parade, they're not going to be. They're not going to be. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy a game that's 4K 30 frames per second on the Series X. Or 60 frames per second in 4K on the Series X is fine, but I'm not going to not buy a game on a Series X because it's not 60 frames per second. I'm just not going to do that. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, really, you shouldn't really judge until you actually play the game yourself, and then find if you don't like, if it's 30 frames per second, okay, and you don't like it, you know, then that's fine. You should say something about it, but you got to give these games a chance, and you got to give these developers a chance. You know what I mean? It might be too much for them to make the game 60 frames per second with other assets that they have to put in the game. You know what I mean? So it's safe to say that I would rather have it 30 frames per second in 4K, and I would be fine with it. So what I'm saying is, it's okay. It's okay to enjoy these next-gen games and consoles in 30 frames per second. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So let me know what you guys think, honestly, down in the comment sections below. Do you honestly think that every game should be 60 frames per second? And why? I understand it's a new console and it's more powerful. I understand that. But you got to remember, it's up to the developers. Like Microsoft and Phil Spencer and them have been touting since the announcement of the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X, is it's up to the developers to do that. So let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you really think. Is it going to stop you from buying an Xbox Series X or the P5? The PS5, is it going to stop you from buying it? You know, let me know in the comment sections below, guys, alright? I'll be back with another video soon. I hope you guys are enjoying my content. You know, I just do the best I can with what I got. You know what I mean? And you guys rock. You know what I mean? Thank you for subscribing. You know, I really appreciate it. I'm a small channel. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get... If I get subscribers, I'm very thankful for it from the bottom of my heart. But I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing with my gaming channel, and I'm always going to give my opinion, you know, about what I think about what's going on in current events in gaming, because I'm a diehard true collector of games and of systems, and a true gamer. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. All right, Bucksnax, peace.